Yo, what's going on, fellas? It's your boy Tristan, aka SrirachaDFS, coming to you back from DFS Karma with another first impression video of the upcoming NBA slate, playoff edition. We're going over Fanduel, Draftkings plays, basically game theory for the games, and basically try to determine how they're going to go, give you guys an injury rundown, who benefits, who takes a hit from it, all that jazz, you know how it is. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you do not miss out on any of our free media content or our live streams. Also, make sure you're in a free chat room where we're discussing DFS 24/7 all day, every day. NBA chat is popping, WNBA chat is popping, MLB chat is popping, NFL's coming up. May need I say more? Nah. Anyways, let's just hop straight into the slate. We're gonna go over the best plays of the day, what I'm looking at, and I guess how I think the games are gonna go for the day. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. First game, Boston at Brooklyn, opened up at a 227 total. I think this is the highest of the day. Brooklyn favored by 9.5. On Boston side, Jaylen Brown is out, and we've known this. So I look at the situation in two ways. If you think this game is going to stay close and competitive, then I think you have to play Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum, just because there's no way Kemba Walker poops the bed and Celtics stay close. I just don't see it. I think last game when Kyrie and KD and James Harden, all of them, didn't show up in the first half, I think that won't happen again, especially the more time they play together, the more well they're going to mesh. And like we saw last night, Milwaukee all meshed together for the first time in a while, I would say. They ended up beating Miami by 30. So that's something to know. It could happen again tonight. I mean, but if you think this is going to be competitive on FanDuel, I'm looking at players like Kemba Walker, 7K, super cheap. Marcus Smart is probably going to be chalk tomorrow, 5.3K, super cheap. I think I might be playing him no matter what, just because of his price tag. Tatum, also FanDuel, 10K, not bad. Robert Williams with the blocks and steals bonus. He just had, I think, 8 or 9 in this game, so he's not bad in this position, but be careful, because I think he was feeling the ill effects of his foot injury or his toe injury this past game, so definitely take note of that when you do play this guy. If you look at it the other way, then you're predicting a blowout or a game where it's not as competitive. I low-key think it might be like this just because of the games last night. I think how competitive Boston needs to be without Jaylen Brown. Kemba has to go off. I think Tatum has to go off. But I don't know. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm probably going to be wrong, so definitely do play Boston now that I say it. But I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. But as I was digging through the slate and looking at more numbers, I might change my mind, just because Boston, on FanDuel at least, looks very good, price-wise especially. So, but that Milwaukee-Miami game just is in my head. Like, they got destroyed. They got absolutely destroyed. The minutes will be there for sure, but if they're getting destroyed, not even hitting shots, not being able to hit anything like that, because I know before Milwaukee wasn't playing too much defense, and all of a sudden they turned it up. And I mean, this game before Boston at Brooklyn wasn't a high-scoring game. Teams missed shots, both teams, and so I could just see a case where Brooklyn just makes all their shots and Boston just continues to miss because of how intense the playoffs are. So, I mean, that's something that I'm thinking about. But I mean, look at this. Look at these prices. They're begging you to play them on FanDuel. 7K, 5.3K. Like, I don't know. That's just my take on him. On DraftKings, I'm definitely considering Robert Williams at 4.6K. He's super cheap there. His upside is there as well. And Kemba 7.2K, definitely going to be popular as well tomorrow. On the Brooklyn side, this side's basically self-explanatory because of how I talked about the kind of ways that the game could turn out. But if you think this game is competitive, I do like, in this order, James Harden, then Kevin Durant, and then Kyrie on FanDuel. And then on DraftKings, I'm looking at Kevin Durant first, and then Kyrie Irving, and then James Harden, just because of their pricing. So But if I were to choose like in any specific order, I would choose James Harden gets the most usage, then KD, and then Kyrie, or just the way that they handle the ball. Because Kyrie plays as a shooting guard now with James Harden on the floor, so he's not getting the ball and making a play as much as before, where he would be running pick and rolls and all that. It's usually James Harden who's handling the ball. So yeah, that's my take on that game. Moving on, Lakers at Phoenix. Next game on the slate. Opened up at a 208 total. Lakers favored by 1.5. On the Lakers side, Anthony Davis probable, LeBron James probable as well. Basically, what I'm thinking here is that they come out different. You know me and my Lakers. I tend to, I would say I follow them a lot, but I tend to try and think of what they're gonna do next, what decisions Vogel makes, and all that jazz. Anyways, I think they come out different. I think both LeBron and AD lead the charge. They might have one of those kinds of games where it's just both of those superstars making plays the entire game. So I don't rule out a LeBron James AD stack in any lineup for sure. Obviously, we have Dennis Schroeder and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to take some usage away either, but in the playoffs last year we saw LeBron and AD definitely just take over games and totally go off. So also saying I don't think that Anthony Davis lets DeAndre Ayton bully him again in the post. I don't think that DeAndre Ayton gets his 2016 game or whatever he had last game. I don't think that at all. AD is definitely more of a dog than that. So I'd avoid Andre Drummond on both sides. I low-key think Marc Gasol plays minutes tomorrow, and Andre Drummond loses minutes just because of the defense that Andre Drummond lacks and Marc Gasol provides. Someone I'm looking at also, KCP on DK, 4.4K. Where is he at? He's not too bad for value. And on FanDuel, like I said, I'm looking at Anthony Davis and LeBron James for sure for the Lakers. On the Phoenix side, Abdel Nader's out. And let's talk about this Chris Paul situation real quick. He's cheap. He's also a huge part of this team's success. But in the ending moments of the last game, I did see him struggle a little bit. He couldn't even keep his dribble. He lost the ball a lot. And he kind of chucked the ball towards the basket in like a weird way. He looked like he was kind of chucking it instead of like shooting it with his regular fadeaway form. People who know CP know that he's usually clean with his fadeaways and all that. So I just want to see what's up with him. See if he's feeling any I guess pain and that type of stuff, because if so, then he might not be in play for me tomorrow, even though he is willing to play. I do like Devin Booker on FanDuel, but because of this injury to Chris Paul as well, and how Devin Booker basically demolished him and broke him down, the Lakers might look to double D-Book a lot. So that leaves people like McCall, Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Jay Crowder to make shots. So I do like their supporting cast tomorrow. Devin Booker might be a very popular play, but he could be a fade in GPPs just because of how teams usually change the way that they defend people throughout the playoffs. So we could see some double teams from Book 100%. On DraftKings, Jay Crowder is 4.3K, and on FanDuel, Jay Crowder is 4.8. So I definitely like him on both sides, and on FanDuel especially, I do like McCall Bridges. So, excuse me. Moving on, Dallas at Clippers. Last game opened up at a 216 total. Clippers favored by 6.5. On the Dallas side, Maxi Kleber questionable, and JJ Redick is out. If Maxi Kleber stays out, or if he is out, then it's kind of huge because he did play 36 minutes last game. 36 minutes that's going to the rest of the team. So I definitely think it's going to be a bump to Dorian Finney-Smith and whoever starts for Maxi Kleber. I'm guessing it's going to be Josh Richardson. Hopefully it's him. If Maxi Kleber does sit, he's a value play on both FanDuel and DraftKings. If so, something that I definitely took note of is Luka's huge game last game. I don't know, like the same way that I think that the Lakers double D-Book, I think that they double Luka here, and they make the role players make plays or make shots. So I might be attacking the angle where Dorian Finney-Smith and people like Josh Richardson, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Kristaps Porzingis especially. On FanDuel, he's really cheap, 6'9", compared to on DraftKings, he's 7'8". So they definitely benefit if Luka were to see a ton of double teams in this next game. But if you don't think the Clippers make any adjustments at all, then Luka on FanDuel 10.3, Luka on DraftKings 10.6. Definitely not bad prices, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go there tomorrow. I might try to think differently tomorrow, and we'll see. We'll see. But that's just my take on the games. Like you guys know, of course, like I said on DK, where is he at? Josh Richardson, super cheap if he starts, 4.1k on the Clippers side. Since they're down 0-1, I don't think they go down 0-2, especially at home, starting at home. So PG, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard both on DraftKings and FanDuel. I love them both. Kawhi Leonard, especially on DraftKings, my bad. I think he's an auto lock at 8.3, super cheap. I think that's disrespectful, especially in this type of environment when I don't think they're gonna go down 0-2 at home. So people people I'm looking at are Nick Batum. He played 31 minutes last game. I kind of expect him to continue those minutes and keep those minutes just because of how much of an impact he makes on the floor. He's worth a look on FanDuel, but I do like Dorian Finney-Smith near that price as well if Maxi Kleber would have sit. So on FanDuel, I'd pick Dorian Finney-Smith over Nick Batum, but on DK, I'd definitely pick Nick Batum over Dorian Finney-Smith. Someone that I'm also looking at, Marcus Morris Sr. on FanDuel. He's super cheap, 4.4. He played 32 minutes last year in this series. He definitely showed up. Definitely like him. He needs to show up more for this team to be more competitive. So, wrapping it up. Plays on DK for the Clippers. Rajon Rondo at 4.5k isn't bad. PG, like I said, at 8k. Nick Batum at 3.8. And then, Kawhi is probably a lock for me in this situation. And that wraps it up with the first impression video for the upcoming NBA slate playoff edition. If you liked the video, please go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the DFS Karma YouTube channel for more daily media content, daily breakdowns, live streams. You know how it is. I appreciate you guys all for watching, and as always, it's been your boy Tristan, aka SrirachaDFS, and good luck tonight. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out. Peace.